Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bama Blind. If you can see me or hear me, you know that I'm really excited to be here. My name is Beverly, for those of you who are new, and for those of you who have been with me for so long, since I have not uploaded in the last 4 months. Welcome back. And for those of you that have been with me, that have stuck with me, that have watched my videos in my absence, thank you so much for keeping in touch. I feel like I need to explain to you exactly what my absence has been all about. And if you can see me or hear my inflection, for those of you that don't pick up on non-visuals, I'm extremely happy. And so I don't want you to think that this is an upsetting video, but I am going to explain my absence, and I'm going to explain why I haven't responded to many comments and many of my friends. First of all, this channel is all about life with functional blindness and how that works, sometimes how it doesn't work. So, having said that, all of my videos also are unedited. So you need to know that. I just sit down and talk from the heart. I don't rehearse what I'm going to say, and usually it's very informative to me as to when I go back and look at the videos and see what I've said. But today I want to cover the journey that I've been on, and I wish, oh goodness, oh, and if you hear Gretchen, she's right over my left shoulder, sniffing and snorting. Uh, anyway, my journey has been a very interesting one, even though I haven't left my hometown. So that should give you an idea about what journey I have been on, why I haven't uploaded, and why I'm uploading now. Okay, so I'm uploading now. I'll start from the back. I'm uploading now because I feel like I have the energy and the clarity of thought and the actual internal mechanism to share with you what has been going on, because for some of you this really might ring true. For some of you, it's going to be an interesting explanation of why a person who has a YouTube channel and... Here, come here, Gretchen. I'm petting Gretchen right now. She's sitting to my right, and she's kind of looking out the window that's giving me some light. So, like I said, they're unedited videos, but Gretchen is doing great. She's a little thinner, but that's okay. It's summertime. She's supposed to be. So anyway, let me explain to you why I haven't uploaded and what has been going on and what you might expect from my channel. First of all, thank you so much for sticking with me. And I really do think of you as friends. I really do think of you as neighbors. I do think of you as almost kindred relationships, because I think so many of us have the same kinds of life experiences, meaning that we live life with some degree of sight loss. So that's kind of what my channel is all about. And even though I'm going to give myself thumbs up, even though I'm very close to 300, I think I'm like within 2 subscribers of having 300 subscribers, I don't base my success with this channel on how many subscribers I have. I know that YouTube does that, and they have all these ways to keep up with how many subscribers you have and how many videos you have uploaded and your thumbnail sketches and all that stuff. My whole purpose for this channel is to do nothing more than share with people who have sight loss and with people who don't experience sight loss what it is like to be a person that lives with sight loss every single day. And if that means us sharing some similarities, I love doing that. If that means educating people who have never heard of, they don't know anyone in their family, they don't know anyone in their community who has a loss of sight, then I'm happy to do that too. So that's kind of what my channel is all about. And the perk is, yes, okay, so I have 300 people that have, almost 300 people that have subscribed to this format that like to hear about blindness. But I digress. Let me get on to why I have been absent for 4 months and why now am I coming back on board. The first thing that I can tell you is I began to experience changes in my perception, not visually, but feeling wise. I began to experience some differences in the way I perceive the world and the way the world perceived me. And this started back, I believe, in the fall. I have to go back and think about it, but in the fall, I had some interesting thoughts, some interesting concepts, some of which I shared on YouTube and some of which I just kept to myself. But the whole time I was going through last fall, 2020, when things were still in my state, still in a very masked and very distant social interaction, I felt myself getting further and further away from feeling like who I am. And a lot of that, a great deal of that, I will attribute to the pandemic and not being able to just get out and go where I want to go with my guide dog, and being masked and people not seeing my facial expressions. So therefore, I certainly couldn't see their facial expressions. And I also noticed that people didn't speak so much. And I began to feel further and further away from that connection with other people, with people in my community, people in my neighborhood, even people in my family. So by the time the holidays rolled around, Christmas came around, and it was an okay Christmas for us. I know I uploaded then, and we talked about, me decorating for Christmas. But as I was doing that, I was feeling that my heart wasn't in it. My mind wasn't focused on it. I was going through motions that I knew weren't feeling right, but I couldn't quite place my finger on what it was. I got into the beginning of the new year, 2021, and of course you hear media, 2021 is going to be a wonderful year, it's going to be different, 2020 is behind us, as if a day on a calendar when you flip it changes things. And for me, it didn't change things. For me, my feelings were the same. I was feeling more detached. Even with family members, I would have, we were still distancing. We were still wearing masks. We had not gotten our vaccinations yet. They were available to some healthcare providers. My husband got his, but, I can't say that, well, my daughter got hers. She's a direct provider. My son-in-law got his. He's in law enforcement, so he had to come directly in contact with emergency issues in the public. So anyway, they had theirs, but I didn't have mine, so I felt left out, and I also felt very cautious. And at the same time, Gretchen was feeling the same thing because she was picking up on my feelings. So as the new year rolled around and everybody was saying, okay, 2021 is a different year, I went through the motions. I look back on some of my videos. Yes, I went out to dinner for Valentine's Day and had a wonderful time. Yes, I celebrated my birthday. But as I celebrated my birthday, the the clinching factor, the thing that I understood from that is my family came together to celebrate. This is my immediate family, not distant family, but immediate family. Came together. They cooked this wonderful, my favorite meal is Thanksgiving dinner. My daughters cooked the most awesome Thanksgiving dinner in the spring, the late winter and the spring for my birthday, and I was the guest of honor, and I enjoyed it. I didn't interact with my daughters. I didn't interact with my sons-in-law. I didn't interact with my grandchildren. Yes, you'll see me on a video doing a short with my granddaughter, which is a hand clapping routine. And I could do that. But to connect, to truly connect, like I think I'm doing now, was not possible for me at that time. So I knew something was desperately wrong. I had on Facebook so many acquaintances and people that wished me a happy birthday. And I was just blown away with the kindness of people taking their time, their day out to wish me a happy birthday on social media. And I went to a private place in my house to respond. And y'all, I couldn't respond. I did not have the emotional reservoir to take each of those individual well wishes and happy birthday wishes to respond like I always have. I uploaded videos and I didn't have the emotional wherewithal, the emotional reservoir to respond to my comments on YouTube. So I stopped doing YouTube because I knew I couldn't respond. And with my Facebook birthday wishes, my granddaughter Elizabeth, who I know you have all seen on my channel from time to time, Elizabeth came into my quiet space and she noticed that I was just separated from my entire family who was here visiting. And I was just in my quiet space doing nothing. I think had I had any reservoir, I probably would have had tears coming out. But my granddaughter, who's 15, recognized that I wasn't myself. She said, "Is there anything I can do for you?" And I said, "You know what? There is." And I thought about it, and she said, "Well, what is it? I'll do it." And she thought it was going to be a physical task, something physical. And I said, "I have got all these awesome friends, family, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, people that I know that have wished me a happy birthday on social media, and I don't even have the wherewithal to navigate and to respond to these people in any meaningful way." And my granddaughter sat with me it didn't even take her 15 minutes, and we had responded to almost 200 different messages. And she just listened to what I wanted to say to those people, and I didn't have the energy to think of those thoughts and then to allow them to travel through my fingertips and through my ears to navigate my phone with a screen reader and respond the way I would like to respond. So all of those responses were truly mine, and Elizabeth dictated those out for me and got that connection across, and truly it meant so much to me, and that was a turning point. I sat down with my youngest daughter. Now, both of my daughters are grown adults and married with wonderful professions, and their husbands have wonderful professions. And my youngest daughter, who doesn't live here, sat down with me and she said, she said, "This whole COVID thing got to me as a young woman a professional woman who got up every day and went to work. And then I was isolated at home with my cats and my husband. And we both worked from home. And I missed that social interaction. And she named 5 things that she really mourned for. And she recognized in herself that she was exhibiting some characteristics of depression. So she immediately went to seek assistance. And she said, so it really helped me, Mama. So why don't you research therapists, someone that you can talk to, and see if that might help you get over this slump, because it truly helped me 3 months ago. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, and I'm sitting here, and my granddaughter helped me connect with the world when I couldn't. And I went through the motions of eating and celebrating a birthday when everybody came for my happiness, came and fixed exactly the foods that I wanted. And, that made me feel good, but it didn't bring this sense of joy to me. And my daughter, the person that I birthed, the person that I raised to be the woman that she is, said, why don't you try these things that you taught me to do when I was younger? So I thought, well, dang, if it was good advice for her, then it's good advice for me. I just needed to hear somebody say it. So I got with my primary doctor, and I went in just for my regular blood pressure check and sugar check and what I call my annual physical. And I said, by the way, COVID has really gotten to me. And I'm not myself. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I really think I need professional help to figure out what's going on. And she said, okay. And she referred me to a professional organization, actually a psychiatrist with a therapist, with a nurse practitioner, and they all did it via, not Zoom, but it's the medical equivalent to Zoom. So it's very private. It accommodates all the HIPAA ingredients. And since the end of February, I have been in regular distance therapy with my own therapist and being followed by a nurse practitioner for blood chemistry, brain chemistry, and medications. So what has happened with me is I've felt so many estrangements, so many withdrawals, so many reclusive feelings and behaviors that it wasn't me. And instead of trying to figure it out myself, which is my nature, I do that for other people, but it's just not really good to treat yourself. And from my daughter, who I'm so proud of for saying, I did this. You're the one that taught me when something goes wrong, you go out and you seek assistance when you are stuck at a wall, at a stuck place that you can't find your way out. It's really important not to just dwell there and let it get worse. It's to go find a way around that wall, or somehow the wall dissolves and you move right through it. So I did that. I started therapy. I'm just thrilled, and I want people who watch my channel to know that it's nothing but positive. I have gotten so many positive feelings from having that connection with that one person that now knows my private fears, my public fears, the things that I share on YouTube, the things that I share with my family, The issues that I share with my guide dog, because we're a team and we have to be a team. The things I share with my husband, Jerry is doing fantastic. Neither one of us have had any COVID-related issues. We can go anywhere we want to right now without a mask, which has truly helped my situation, or my caparosity, to use a big word. It's helped my overall feeling of well-being, because it's almost back to a normal situation. But I live in Alabama, and if you've seen any news at all, we are at the worst rate for those people who have been vaccinated. So only 31 to 32% of our entire population have been vaccinated. But my circle of people that I deal with, all of them, 100% have been vaccinated, and those that haven't been vaccinated, many of them right now are hospitalized. So I just wanted to say that I am doing great, and I will get into, there's so many things I've learned on this 4-month journey, one of which I will explain now. My gift to the world, lots of us have gifts. Lots of us have talents. I think of painters who have this awesome ability to paint or to draw or to put something on a piece of canvas or paper and then share it with the world, and the world gets to interpret it in a way that they would like to interpret it, and that's a gift. So many people that I know are musically inclined. They know instruments, they can sing, they actually provide us with these gifts of music and, for me, pure enjoyment and joy. My gift, I don't have those gifts. And losing your sight, you have to continuously evolve and try to find your gifts. My gift has always been encouragement, almost coaching. I had great coaches growing up. I had a parent that was really a life coach, that they don't judge, they just see things for what they are, and they provide the positive energy you need to go on with whatever it is you're trying to do. And that's how I see my gifts. I see my gifts as being very positive, and my glass is usually always filled. If you can use an analogy, I have this huge, cold, big container of delicious ice water. And I provide that to anyone that passes by. That's my gift. I want to give you a sip of my water. It's delicious. It's purified. It's natural. And what happened to me over the last several months is I was giving sips of water out, but I didn't have any way to replenish that water. I didn't have any way to replenish that energy, that positivity. And I've taken a break that I needed. I've replenished my well, and I'm ready to give out sips, gulps, glasses, cups, containers of positivity, because I really want to focus on that. Doesn't mean that I'm in la la land and everything is all wonderful and great. It means that my nature is to find the positiveness and encourage people through either my experiences or my actions or my words, especially those of you who are on that sight loss journey or who have already experienced functional vision loss, or those that are completely blind and experiencing that gray area. It's not black. We know it's not black, for those of us that know. I still have my sparkles, but I don't have functional vision. So I just wanted to tell each and every one of you, thank you so much for sticking with me. I'm going to give you in future videos specific updates on Gretchen and me working together, on Jerry and me, on my family, on things that are happening in my community which relate to blindness. There's so many things that are happening, and I want you to come here to get that sip of water that you need. And please, in the comments, if you do nothing else, just give me a thumbs up and tell me you like the fact that we're back together again. I love the fact that we're back together again, and I would love to respond to each and every one of you. So if you have comments, questions, or just a well wish, I will appreciate it in the comments section. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day and upcoming week, whatever it is when you view this video. And take care until I upload again. Stay happy and safe, everyone. Bye-bye.